G'day, Steel Nation Australia. G'day, Steel Nation Worldwide, and g'day, Steel Nation Universe. All right, guys. Thank you once again for checking out a video. But today we have like a special guest from my left-hand side. I got my little mate Archie here. He's checking out what I do. It was raining before. It was like pissing down rain, absolutely bucketing down rain. In Australia, we're going through some hard time with some floods and that kind of stuff. There's some really like crazy things going on. And he's not a fan of the rain, so I had to bring him up to my room and say hello. So you might see him. You might see him in the video just a little bit, hanging out and checking out what's going on. He's not a big fan of the thunder or the rain. He's a bit of a scaredy cat. But I want to give a shout out straight away. All right, I want to give a shout out to Mrs. Smith. Right, this made me laugh today. This made me laugh. Jean Smith from YouTube said to me on the video yesterday, said, "We should talk." I showed my I showed my mother your videos and she couldn't understand. Right? So I do apologize, guys. I am Australian. I do have that I guess the bogan accent. I'm not a bogan, but I'm a coastie, so I live on the coast, about 5 minutes from the beach, or 5-7 minutes, whatever. But I have that, that jargon, that slang, that Australiana. I'm never going to get rid of it. I love it. I love talking this way. So yeah, it's fun, man. I'm sorry that you can't understand me. I do apologize, but that's part of that's part of being unique as well. While this channel, I have so much fun with it because I interact with you guys over in America, England, Mexico, Germany, all over the shop. I interact all the time. But today we are talking about the overtime rules, and I've got a little bit of opinion on this because I'm not a big fan. I'm not overly big fan, right? And either is Mike Tomlin. The overtime rules, Mike Tomlin said yesterday, right? I think it was yesterday. Brooke Pryor, again, she's doing her hard work like everyone else is, but Brooke Pryor said, Mike Tomlin, this was him on overtime rules. "I do not fear sudden death. My position remains unchanged. I am one of the few sudden death advocates, I would imagine," right? Now, this was before the overtime rules came in as a fact now for the playoff. I think both teams have a chance to have the ball and go down and score. But I want to address what Mike T said. He doesn't fear. I love that. He doesn't fear the sudden death. I'm the same. Like, you take 60 minutes to play the game, then play the game, right? I don't think there should be any ties. There should be no ties in football, and there should be no ties in the playoffs, right? So I'm with Mike Tomlin there. Now, we do know a few years back when Tim Tebow versed the Broncos versus the Steelers, right? And they did an 80 or 75-yard pass to Demaryius Thomas, boom, over the middle. The game was over. So Mike Tomlin is saying, Mike Tomlin is saying that, and he doesn't fear it, and he still got beat the same way, right? So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with Tomlin's position. Now he didn't win. The overtime rules are going to stand. There's new overtime rules now, as I bring up. New overtime rules here says both teams will have the opportunity to possess the ball in overtime in the postseason, that's so weird, eh? That's so weird. You play the postseason game, and the next minute you have two teams can both score, right? If the score is tied after each team has possessed the ball, the next score wins, right? Let me stop you there for a minute. So you're telling me that you play to win the game. You play to win the game, right? Herm Edwards. You play to win the game, and then what happens next is in the playoffs, Jim Mora, playoffs, right? You play to win the game. Playoffs happens, and then you go out there. The Steelers go down the field and score 7 points, right? Then we allow the opposition, the Ravens or the Bengals, to come back and score 7 to then tie it. What's the point? What is the point, right? You go out there, you win the coin toss, you get 7 points, you score, you win, the game should be over. The game should be done. So now you go out there and score 7 points, right? Not counting field goal, because even before I'm even okay. You get the coin toss and you get a field goal and you win. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, to be honest. You get the field goal and you win, right? Now they're saying if you get 7 points, a touchdown, right? You give the other team a chance to come back and win. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I am not a fan at all. You play to win the game. You go out there, you kick the field goal to have a chance for the defense to stop them. That to me, I'm okay with that. I'm just okay with that. But now you're extending the game even longer. So a lot of problems the Australians have with this game is the game is too long. You look at the game last year with the Raiders versus the Chargers. That game went on for 4 hours, right? I do love it, but at a certain time, as I was streaming it, it's too long. It's such a long game, right? You need to have a winner. You need to have a victor. You can't keep extending the game longer and longer and longer because it just becomes it's just too much, right? So the Steelers go down when they're in the playoffs in 2022. They beat the Ravens 7. They're up by, let's do an easy calculation, 37-30, right? 37-30, Steelers win. No, they don't. Lamar Jackson gets a ball back with 30-37, and they then have a chance to go down and tie. If they go down and tie, then it's 37-37, and we start the game all over again. Then you give the possession back to the Steelers, who have a chance to go down the field and kick a field goal to win 40-37. I think it's not a good rule. You're extending the game too long. You're giving these teams too many chances. If you can't win in 60 minutes, do you deserve to win in the next 10 minutes or the next 15 minutes? I don't think so. I don't like it. I'm not a fan, right? I'm not a fan. As it says here, if the team kicking off to start the overtime period scores a safety on the receiving team's initial possession, then that team that kicked off is the winner. Well, that's quite confusing. Scores a safety, receiving team. Okay, all right. So if you receive the ball and then the other team gets a safety, you win by 2 points. So you're allowing teams to win by 2 points, but you won't allow them to win by 3, and you won't allow them to win by 7. How does that make sense? That doesn't make too much sense. The only way you're going to win by a safety is that mate on NFL Live, Dan Orlovsky, has no idea how to play football and runs out the end zone to get a safety. In what terms would you ever really get a safety being you're pretty much going to start with the football at your own 25-yard line? There's no way you're going to go all the way back. That's a dumb rule. I'm not a big fan. As even Archie's things too. He's turned around. He's annoyed, right? Archie is overly annoyed. I don't get it. Why are you extending the game? We want a winner at the end of the day. We want to go out there, cheer our team on, and get Mitchell Trubisky with a 40-yard pass to Deontay Johnson to win the game, and that's it. We don't want to win the game 37-30, and next minute we have to rely on our defense to extend the celebration. I don't know. What do you guys think? Archie's checked out. He's done. He doesn't care. But what do you guys think? Are you a fan of the new overtime rules? Me? Not really. Not really at all. I just don't understand it. You play to win the game, mate. You turn it on. You go out there and you try to win in 60 minutes. Now they're going to extend it even longer from 7-7, 14-14, and keep going on and on and on. And this might keep going on, right? Because if it goes 7-7, then the next team has a chance to win. And then what will happen in 2 years' time? They'll say, oh, actually, we gave the Steelers 2 more possessions. The other teams would get another possession. And it would never end. It would never end. All right, guys. Thank you for checking out once again Steeler Nation Australia. And as always, here we go, Steelers. Here we